You might call this commercial area toward the south end of Phoenix, Arizona, the Cadaver District. This is home to at least 4 companies that want your body after you die. One of them is Research for Life.
Are you a body broker?
I find it one of the most offensive terms. It degrades and diminishes what every donor has done, and that's to donate their body for the benefit of humanity. Body brokers do not operate at this level. That's just the bottom line.
Owner Garland Shreves wants to show that not all companies that solicit whole body donations, as the trade is known, are the same. A warning, he's taking us on a tour that is not for the faint of heart.
Donors will actually come through this door here.
Donors or their next of kin typically sign up with Research for Life before they die. Within hours of their death, the company transports them here.
This here is a body cooler. Those are all cadavers that are donated for medical education and research purposes. This is where they start the journey through the process. And this is the procurement area space.
Procurement room.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
What will happen is, once it's determined what the cut plan will be, they'll actually start to dissect. That is actually a chisel, if you see that right
Chisel?
there. That's a chisel.
Mallet to use the chisel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tweezers?
Yep.
Some kind of clamp here?
Yep.
And this is a bone saw right here.
That is correct.
In the procurement room, there's no escaping the reality of this business, which makes money selling human bodies in parts.
This would actually fold down underneath the table like this, and there could be a donor in there.
There could be a body in this right here.
There actually could be.
This is the place where donated bodies are dissected, cut apart. Shreves knows that's a hard concept for the public to accept.
What if you were a neurosurgeon and all you need is a human head to practice your skill set on, to become better, and you had to waste the entire body? That would be tragic. This is where we actually store tissue. This here is a walk-in freezer where anatomical specimens are stored.
These are body parts, basically.
They're all body parts.
This is a human body from the head down to the legs.
That's right, middle of the leg.
Why would somebody want the whole torso and part of the legs?
Because they may be doing a spinal course where they're teaching a neurosurgeon how to repair something with the spine.
You brought us in here because you wanted people to see the reality of the business.
Exactly.
It's kind of shocking to people that a human body is cut and stored like it might be in a meat freezer.
But the reality is, where would you store a body part rather than let it go bad and not be able to be used? This is a reality. If it makes you uncomfortable, then maybe being a donor isn't right for you. We call this a training room. It's a training lab.
But it's the final stop on the tour.
It's a bioskills facility
that Shreves hopes will persuade potential donors.
This is how you improve medicine.
It's where doctors and surgeons practice on real body parts to learn new medical procedures or tools before they use them on the living.
And that's what whole body donation is doing. It's helping people to have a better quality of life, live longer.
But 2 recent King 5 investigations have exposed a dark side. More than 24 body parts dumped in the Arizona desert have been traced back to former Seattle body broker Walter Mitchell. He obtained donations that were rejected by the University of Washington Medical School, including Cheryl Patterson's late husband, Doug.
You know, yeah, you do. You trust them to take your loved one and treat them with respect, and that's not at all what happened.
And a Las Vegas body broker supplied the cadaver for this public autopsy in October, recorded by our hidden camera. Spectators paid up to $500 a seat. We uncovered that organizers did not have consent from the 98-year-old donor's family.
You know, these people tell a good story. They've duped a lot of families across this country by pulling on their heartstrings.
Bryant Hightower of the National Funeral Directors Association says his 20,000 members have seen enough donor deception that they pushed for this bill in Congress. It would require whole-body donation companies to register with the feds and to properly label and track each body part.
Because there's a lack of federal regulation, once a problem crops up somewhere, these bad operators simply fold their tents and move across the state line and open up shop again, and many times under a different name.
We already have laws on the books. It's called fraud.
Legitimate donation companies say prosecutors could use existing laws to charge body brokers that deceive donors. They're fighting more regulation in an industry that uses the dead to save the living.
We have the medicine we do today because of donors. That's a fact.
Over the years, there have been many stories about body brokers that shocked the public consciousness, but no criminal charge, fraud or otherwise, was filed. Critics say that's evidence that the current law isn't stopping the bad operators. That body broker bill, though, that we talked about is stalled in Congress and looks unlikely to pass.
So what about people, Chris, who do want to donate to science? Is there a way for them to find a reputable company?
Yeah, first of all, Joyce, I want to point out that this is not the organ donations that we talk about in a donation to a live person, right? This is whole body donations. So there are the university programs, there are the medical schools, and the American Association of Tissue Banks certifies and inspects for-profit donation companies. Garland Shreves is one of 7 in the country. So you can text the keyword body to the number on your screen there, 206-448-4545, and we'll send you a link with information on those certified companies.